Hi everyone, Heidi here from flutterbyheidi.co.uk, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the United Kingdom, and today it's a fancy fold, or variation on a fun fold. So this is kind of, what you've got here is what we call a bookbinding card, and you can see we've kind of got a panel that sticks down and then opens up. But I've just varied that slightly by making it into a bit of a twisted easel, so you can see there. So your card, you still get to see the lovely paper as well as the interior, and I've used some of the fabulous pearls in the Hyrdangea Haven suite that we've got here. They're a good sized pearl, and they've already got a glue on the back of them, which is sort of the same glue I think as the glue dots, so they're really stuck firm. Yeah, so just probably can't see it as well, but that's your fun card, as you can see there. And I say, great thing, as you know me, I like if I'm doing a fun fold, it needs to fold flat for posting, and that folds flat to fit in a standard C6 envelope. So let's crack on with what we're going to do. So the Hyrdangea Haven includes some beautiful papers with fabulous hydrangea themed papers on the images on the front, and then on the back we've got lovely all over images and this sort of kind of hydrangea themed one here. I think the only paper I'm not keen on, I'm not over keen on this dark green. A strip of it would look fine, but I think it's a little bit, for me, a little bit heavy. And I'm not as keen on these sort of bouquet images, but I love these sort of overall ones, and these two are my favourites. So great papers, only available, well, they won't even be available to the end of June. They're in the catalogue till the end of June, but we'll be retiring then. So if you like them, grab them now. So what I'm doing most of my cards is doing them in a way that if you don't manage to get the paper, you can still make the card, but by decorating a panel on the side here. But this just uses a scrap, so if you've got a bit of paper left over, that's great. The colours in here include Seaside Spray and Rococo Rose, which are retiring, or will have retired by the time you see this. So the card I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use the other colours in the suite, which is some lovely Highland Heather with some beautiful gorgeous grape, and just a strip of that paper that you can see there, so very little that you need. So because we're going to work in the lilacs, I'm going to work in the Highland Heather, and I thought I'd use a bit of Mossy Meadow for my leaves as well. So let's get started. The other thing you'll need is your Stampin' Pierce mat, because you're going to want to, when you stamp your image, that will give you the best possible image with a photopolymer stamp, because it provides the cushioning that normally is attached to the stamp. You're going to want memento as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is ink up our image, and I have to say the detail on this is absolutely beautiful. If you Stampin' Up create lovely images anyway. But sometimes you look at photopolymer ones from other companies and they really are splodgy. They don't give a crisp image, whereas this, you'll see, gives a beautiful crisp image, like so. I'm also going to use these two little stamps that come with a flower as well. And with these, they're kind of the way I'm just orientating them, because basically you've got the stamp for the outline and then you've got the infill, and if you get them lined up the right way, it makes it really quick and easy to do. So first things first, let's add some colour to our image itself. I should have said the size. That this is a piece of 10 by 10 in basic white. Now, distinctive stamps, you've already got some light and dark texture in there, so I'm keeping it for simple stamping on this one. I'm going to want that in a moment. Let's use our leaf infill. So again, you can stamp these and colour them using Stampin' Blends, but this is really, I love these ones that do the work for you, not least well because you've got the shading there already. And my Mossy Meadow looks like it needs another bit of re-inking. Okay, so now we've done that, choose where you want to put the sentiment. You might want to pop it on the front there. I'm actually going to use some of our Gorgeous Grape, and this one is actually from a stamp set called Here's a Card. Really useful stamp set because it has kind of got everything on there, including sympathy stamps, which are often difficult, and some fabulous friend ones as well, and some congratulations on that thing you did. You know, hey, don't have to be precise. So I'm just going to pop that happy birthday, which I've managed to not stamp at all well. Okay, so what that means is I'm going to, let's grab, okay, I'm going to grab a scrap of paper, and I'm going to stamp that. I'm still doing a rubbish job actually. It's probably because I perhaps should put that on a slightly bigger block. Anyway, let's okay. Let's see if this will do the trick. Okay, that's better. Right. Concentrate, and that will fit in our scalloped oval. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, to finish that off, I'm just going to roll that to give that a little bit of colour around the edge, and we'll pop that up on a dimensional. So, just to show, you know, we all get things not quite right sometimes, even on a video, and it would be very easy for me to just to kind of stop, edit. Well, okay, it wouldn't be quite so easy. I'm learning editing, but even to stop and restart again. But you know, this you know, in reality, you might not want to, because you might want to keep your you know, keep your supplies. There we go. So very quickly, just add a layer onto that, and then I'm going to come in with my little individual flowers in the corner there, usually in threes, and then just come over with stamped off Highland Heather on the top there, so you just to get that little impression as well. And then we'll do a little bit more stamping on the inside of the card once we've made it. So to make the card itself is really easy, because you're starting with a standard card base. So you're going to want a piece of whatever colour card you want to use, and you want that to be 29 by 10.5, so I've cut it to 29. You're going to score at 14.5 as if it was a standard card base, and then again at 18.5. So that gives you a 4 centimetre panel here. And then what we're going to do is score diagonally across the corner here. So just pop your card, line up your point and where your score line comes to the bottom, and simply score diagonally. And that is all we actually need to do. So as I said, really, you know, not difficult. With all score, whenever I score, I always fold away from that score line first, even if we're then going to, on this one, fold it back. So you can see this is our card base, so we're going to want to glue this panel down here. Stampin' Seal or Tombow, whichever your preferred option is, but what you are going to want is to glue it down really securely. So a bit of a burnish on there, and pop that to one side while we carry on with our panel. So we've got our panel of basic white, which was 10. Yes, that was 9.5 by 9.5. You want a panel of contrast card. You can see here I've got some Gorgeous Grape, which is 10 by 10. So again, just add that. To that. Then we want to a piece of card that is 3.5 by 10 centimetres and a piece of DSP that is 3 by 10.5 centimetres. And that's just going to create a, that's why I say it is literally a sort of a great one where you've got a little offcut that you can then add to the card. And that's just going to pick up that gorgeous grape. Oh, I didn't check size. So either my DSP is too long or my card is too short. Either way, I'm going to need to trim that off. Lucky it wasn't a layer, it's just a strip. And we can now add that to our card. Ah, okay, yes. So I'd got both, which were a little bit short. I should have put a 10.5 centimetre piece of card. I obviously picked up the wrong one, but you know what? We can work with it. Okay. Next piece is going to be to add this panel to the front. Now what you want to do is add glue to this side of the score line, but not all the way to the edge, because obviously your piece of card is actually going to layer on top. And I rather like this because you've got the kind of layer there, but not all the way. So we can add our panel. And we can open that up, and while that's drying we can then add our, you could always add a sentiment on the inside if you wanted to, or you could just add some simple flowers and pearls. So some pretty simple stamping, and then we want to grab our pack of pearls, which of course I have probably knocked onto the floor somewhere. You wouldn't believe a pack of pearls could disappear so easily on a small desk, but it did. And then choose which colour you want. I'm actually going to go for the bolder ones, and I'm basically opening my card so it lines up with the corner across here. I'm just going to grab my, take your pick, just going to squeeze some of the putty out. So when you want to squeeze the putty out, squeeze it till it comes out, then take the pressure off. That then allows you to create a nice little sticky head. And I'm going to pop a pearl on the corner there. And again, while that's in place, add one a little bit further down as well. And then my third one in the trio, I'm just going to just add just for decoration, like so. So there we have a fun twisted easel, or pair of twisted easel cards, using our lovely Hyrdangea Haven stamp set and just a scrap of that DSP. And they fold flat for posting. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to purchase any of the products you've seen, pop along to my blog at flutterbyheidi.co.uk. Link, you find all the measurements on there and links to the products, or click on the description bar below the video and you'll find the links on there as well. Thanks for watching. Come back soon. Bye now.